very well. Today's video is just going to be a really simple makeup tutorial for pale skin. When I was having a browse through some YouTube videos, I noticed that a lot of the pale makeup tutorials are for very glamorous looks with red lips. I've done one myself, but I think it's nice to kind of cater to that everyday work, school appropriate makeup look. And I just wanted to show you what I would do for that kind of everyday look. So stay tuned if you want to see how I got this makeup look here. I don't know about you, but where you live, but it is raining so much outside today. It is so gloomy here in Australia. It's winter, and I know all of the rest of you in the northern hemisphere are going into summer, which is I'm really jealous about. So now that that's on, it's just a light base kind of coverage for your skin, just to kind of even it out. And next I go in with a full coverage concealer. I find it really hard to get good concealers for really pale skin for when I'm not tanning, but one that I've found, it's the Mineralized Cream Concealer, and this is shade N2. I don't know if that's their fairest, I haven't got any other colours, but this concealer has the most incredible pigmentation. So I just apply that under my eyes. It can be a tad thick for under the eyes, but I think if you blend it out, it's all good. I just apply it under my eyes, on the sides of my mouth, and along my chin. And then I like to do some in my forehead and down my nose. Now I know that seems like a lot of concealer, but for me, I prefer the finish of this concealer over the finish of my foundation. So I like to put a lot on and just blend it out, and it just makes my skin look so flawless and glowy. This concealer also makes an amazing eyeshadow base, so you can bring that up onto the eyelid as well. So when you think your base is flawless enough and you've covered up all of your spots and everything that you wanted to cover with that concealer, you can do is go in with a translucent powder. This step is definitely optional. Not everyone likes to set their foundation. Some people like to leave them a little bit more glowy and stuff. The Rimmel Stay Matte powder is what I'm using today, and it's the shade Transparent, so there's no colour to it. And I'm just using the Real Techniques powder brush, and what I do is I like to dip it in the pan, tap off a little bit of excess, and then just press it onto my face, because when you press, you're not moving the foundation or concealer underneath. That's especially helpful if you have been covering spots, because concealer on top of spots can move quite easily. So next I move on to eyebrows, and I normally use my Anastasia Brow Wiz with a little bit of the Anastasia Dip Brow these days, but I'm actually out of the Brow Wiz. So today I'm going to be using MAC's Fling pencil, which is a nice blonde shade, and then I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Anastasia Dip Brow. I like to just, you know, draw a bit of a line underneath to get that shape, and then go back in and fill in the gaps and stuff with the brow pomade. So next we're going to move on to the eyes, and I'm going to use the Naked palette because I know a lot of people that watch YouTube videos have this because so many YouTubers rave about it. So I thought it'd be nice for doing that everyday look so that you'd already have the products. And today I'm going to start off with Naked. I'm going to take that on my Big Sigma E40 brush, which is my favorite. A little bit of that on the brush and tap it off. And then I'm just going to, in circular motion, sweep that into the crease, and that just gives you definition then. So just keep blending until you feel like you've got the right amount of depth in there, and move on to the other eye. So next I'm going to take, I think I'm going to take Sin. I wouldn't normally wear such a shimmery colour, but I think it will look nice for this look. I take Sin, and I'm going to take that on my finger and just press that onto the centre of the lid. Really simple, there's no makeup artist skills in this today. You're just going to pop that on there, right up to the crease. Then on my Eco Tools full eyeshadow brush, I'm just going to take Naked again, that first colour we used, and I'm going to just pop that under the eye. Sorry if I'm doing like crazy eye rolly backy movements, but it's the only way you can get under there. Then I'm just taking the Eco Tools Airbrush Concealer Brush and just making sure that's all blended in. And then on my pinky finger, I'm just going to take Virgin, the first colour in the palette. Just want to press that in there just to highlight your eyes. And then you can pop a bit on your brow bone too, if you want. When it comes to pale skin, I think that it's best to stick with a brown liner instead of a black liner for the eyes for daytime looks, just because it can look a little bit harsh. So one that I like to use is the Australis Stay Put liner. I also have this Rimmel Scandalize on, which is good. This Stila pencil is really good. I like to use that on my upper waterline. Just any soft brown liner that you have. So I'm going to use the Australis one today. I know you can't get that everywhere, so just use whatever brown liner that you have. And what I like to do is just place that along my lash line, using little small movements. So we're not creating a line, we're just getting it on there as close to the lashes as you can. Try and get it between the lashes if you can. That really gives you the most natural effect. And if you want to draw a little bit up into your upper waterline, do that as well, because that will help to make the lashes look thicker. And then what I like to do is go in and smudge that out. So I'm just taking any old brush. This one is the Ofra Professional Makeup 03 brush, like a flat kind of rounded shape, and it's just good for smudging out that top line. So just go in and do that gently. You don't want to bring it up too far or anything, you just want to do it on the lash line. Next we're going to go on to mascara, and I think it's nice to wear brown mascara with brown eyeliner on pale skin, but I wear black most of the time. A brown one that I do like is the Max Factor False Lash Effect mascara, which is this one here. That's fully brown, so it's great for when you have to look really natural. But I think today I'm just going to use my Benefit They're Real because I really like it. It's my favourite mascara. So you can apply as many or as little coats of this as you want. It's just whatever your preference is for an everyday look. So next is the big question of whether you bronze or not when you're pale. This is completely and utterly a personal decision. It depends on how pale you are, whether you've pink or yellow undertones, or whatever you want to wear. That it's really something that you kind of have to figure out for yourself. You can see right now my face looks really flat and white, and there's not much definition or shape to it. So blusher will help, of course. I'm going to put a pinky kind of blusher on in a minute. But sometimes if you add a very light dusting of a very light bronzer or a dark powder just around the outside of the face, it can kind of just pull in those areas and make it look a little bit more sculpted. One of the powders I like to do this with is my MAC Mineralized Skinfinish in medium or medium plus. So as you can see, it's not as dark as a bronzer, it's only a few shades darker, so that way it's just going to warm up my complexion and not actually look like a brown woody stain on my face like a darker bronzer would. A bronzer that I've actually found that looks lovely on pale skin is the L'Oreal Glam Bronze in the shade Blonde Sun. I'll hold these two up together. You can definitely see that this is darker. It's definitely one of the better bronzers I've found for paler skin. So it's really up to you after that, you know, what shades you want, how dark you want to go. I think you can take inspiration from other pale people and how they wear theirs, but it's really up to you, you know, wear what makes you feel best in your pale skin. Today I'm going to opt for the Mineralized Skinfinish in the medium plus like I was talking about. Most days I wouldn't even bother with this step if I'm pale because I don't really care that much. But I think it would be great to show you today just kind of how it pulls in those outer areas of the face. So just take it up on a fluffy brush and tap off the excess. This is just an Eco Tools blusher brush, I think. And then what you want to do is just gently dust that around the outside. So I hope that's showing up on camera, but it's definitely warming up my face. I'm just putting it into the areas that I would normally wear bronzer. So that kind of 3 effect shape on the face. I'm not contouring with this, I'm just warming. I hope the camera is doing this justice and that you can actually see the effect it's having. And I'm just going to put a little bit down the sides of my nose too, just to create some dimension there. You won't even really see it, but you'll know it's there. And then for argument's sake, just to show you what it would be like to contour with this, you just grab it on a contour brush or a brush like this and squeeze it flat and just concentrate a little bit just there. I don't know. So next I'm going to move on to blusher, and I have 2 here that I really like using when I'm pale, and this one here is Coralista by Benefit. It's a really nice light coral shade and it does have shimmer in it, so you can probably skip the highlighter with this one. And that is just, as you can see, it would be really complimentary for my blue eyes and my pale skin. And then I have this one here, which is the Maybelline Fit Me blush in medium nude. That one will just add a little bit of colour, but you won't really see a pink haze on the cheeks. It will be very, very natural. I think today I'm going to go with Coralista, just, you know, keep it nice and bright, and I think this will show up a little better on camera too. Lightly work that up my cheeks from kind of the center to the top of my eyebrow kind of area. You don't want to bring it too far down because it will pull your face down. I don't know if you can see, but that's adding, you know, a nice sheen to the top of my cheekbone as well, which will also help us not look so flat and one-dimensional. If you're pale, you'll know that it's so easy to go Oompa Loompa clown-like with blushers. The pigment shows up so quickly on our skin, so something like this Coralista just gives that nice wash of colour without being overpowering and like, ooh, girl broke into a blusher shop kind of situation. So next is lips, and again this is a personal preference. If you're pale, bright lip colours will really suit you. You can wear a bright pop of coral, you know, you can wear a bright red, which looks stunning on pale skins, but for everyday just school or work use, I just like to wear a very easy pink. The best pink I've found for that really just pretty and polished look is MAC's Angel. It's not a nude, it's definitely more pink than a nude, but it's not a full-on pink lipstick. It's very sophisticated and very pretty. That's it there. As you can see, I have used mine so much, so that is, you know, testament to how much of a nice colour it really is, because I use it a lot. It's a great one for having in your handbag and you just go, pop it on, you don't have to look at a mirror and it's all good. What was that noise I just made? That's not even like a lipstick putting on noise. I'm just going to pop this on for you. I'm not going to use lip liner, anything like that. We want this to be really, really simple and easy. You know when you've used a lipstick so much that your lip indent is in it and it makes it really easy to apply? And now just for one last kind of optional step that you don't have to do, but you can if you want to add a little bit of something extra, and that is to highlight. And I have 2 highlighters here that I really like using when I'm pale. I have MAC Soft and Gentle, which everyone likes. You know, so many people have this on YouTube, and this is really good value for money too. I know MAC is expensive, but like there is no way you're going to make a dent in this. Like this would take me years to use up, unless you're like highlighting like, you know, wanting to look metallic, I don't know, but it will take a long time. And the other one I like is from my Hourglass palette, and that is, which shade is it? Incandescent Light, and that's the one in the center, and it's a really nice, like, amazing highlighter for pale skin. I think it's my favorite highlighter that I own at all at the moment. It just doesn't give you that disco ball look. You just look really glowy and youthful, and it's just so amazing. I love it. But today, just because I know so many more people have MAC Soft and Gentle, I'm going to use Soft and Gentle. A good tip for not going overboard on the highlighting on, you know, an everyday basis is to use a duo fiber brush, and I really like this one by Real Techniques. It is the duo fiber contour brush, and then I just take a little bit of that and then you just dust it along the cheekbones. You can go back for more in your pan if you want, and then whatever is left over on the brush, I take down the nose and just onto higher points of my face. And you're just going to get the most natural, beautiful sheen with this brush. You're not going to get silver stripes at all. And another option to use just to finish off the look is to use a light coloured pencil in your inner rims. I actually don't like using this NYX Jumbo one because it fades away quite quickly, but I can't find my normal Rimmel one. It's just a Rimmel kohl pencil in white, so if you can get your hands on that, do. But I'm just going to use this one just to give you the effect. At least you can see kind of how that brightens up and opens up the look. So Wet Hair Be Gone, this is the finished look. And I hope you learned something today or just got a few little tips. I didn't really do anything revolutionary. It's nothing that you haven't seen before. It's not products that you haven't seen before. But I just thought it would be nice to give you some ideas for an everyday pale makeup look. Because not all of us want to wear red lipstick and lashes and stuff like that on an everyday basis. This is what I would wear just going about my normal day-to-day life as a pasty pale girl. Twitter and Instagram is the easiest place to get me if you want to ask me any questions in relation to this video or any video suggestions you might have for the future. If you'd like to see other pale makeup tutorials or, you know, just whatever. I don't know. Hope you enjoyed today's video and I will see you next time.